Hey, what's happening, guys? Back to do another lesson, this time for open G tuning, and wanted to go over a few different chord shapes and different things that I found with open G that I wanted to share. I kind of made a list here of some Stones and a couple of Black Crowes songs that and ZZ Top, different mostly Stone songs that use the open G tuning, and there are a lot of real similar chord shapes like within a lot of these songs, like All Down the Line, Cracking Up, Wanna Hold You, Wild Horses. Well, Rocks Off, he actually keeps the low E string. He leaves it intact with the low E. But most of these songs, it's tuned to open G, which is D, G, D, G, B, D. So to put it in open G, most of you already know this, but I'm going to just quickly go over it. You have to tune your high E and low E down to D, and then you have to tune the A string down to match the G string, and that's open G. So just playing this by itself, not even playing a chord, that's a G major chord. And then as you go down the neck, second fret is A, B the fourth, C the fifth, D the seventh, E the ninth. When you bar your finger straight across, that's a major chord. Okay, and then other frets, there are minor chords you could play, like the second fret. You could either play, this is like an A minor shape, and in open G, because the A string's tuned down to G, you have to cover that note as well. And what I do to play the minor chords, like this is A minor, and then the fourth B minor, which are really the only minor chords, pretty much, that they're the main ones you'd use in open G. But what I do is kind of bar my first finger across the A, D, and G strings. Let the other strings, the B and the high E, ring out openly. Okay? And that gives it a little bit of a different sound. Like for Wild Horses, that's B minor. He's going from B minor to G. And this little shape that I'm throwing in G is a common little chord shape that Keith uses. And Rich Robinson uses it a lot from the Black Crowes as well. Your first finger is going to be at the third of the B, and your pinky is going to be at the fifth of the high E. And you can play all the other strings openly along with it. Rich Robinson is an excellent guitar player as well. I mean, I know, Keith is the master for open G and songwriting and everything, and I'm sure Rich was really influenced by him. But I love the Black Crowes too. I don't know how to play a lot of their songs, but I know that Rich Robinson uses open G a lot. So there are a lot of little chord shapes. That's one in open G, and this is another. You could bar your first finger across at the third fret, the two top strings, the B and the high E. gives it a kind of a bluesy type feel. And then there are other little licks and things, so you have to just put it in this tuning and fool around with it and try to play some notes that sound good. And so another common thing is to playing the G to add a C shape to it. Well, part of a C, it's kind of like a C shape without your ring finger. You add that to it and lift off. So playing the C in this position is gives it a little bit of a different ring than this is also C, the 5th fret. This gives it a little different ring. And then so you have to just play with it and try to figure some things out. And the more you keep it in this tuning, things will start to fall in place for you a little bit, and you'll learn different chord shapes and what sounds good. So I'm going to play a couple different songs and show you the similarities. Like I'll show you what I'm talking about. Like let's see, I Want to Hold You, a song called I Want to Hold You from Undercover, which goes like this. Okay, so for this song, you're going to start with the B minor and slide it up to C, slide up to D. And another thing you could do with these major chords, like an obvious thing, big thing that Keith does is add that D shape. But like with I Want to Hold You, you could add that suspension and move that whole shape right down. And so another thing you could do is give it kind of a rockabilly type beat. Add your ring finger underneath your barred first finger. In this case, you'd be at the 9th fret of the D string. Okay, and so you know, there are so many little tricks and different things that Keith does, but when you strip it all down, a lot of it is really similar. A lot of the songs, if you break them down, even the ones like, say, I'm going to give you an example. This is an early version that they did of All Down the Line. They did something that sounded like this. Again, you know, even though there's a capo, the 3rd, you're basically going from open to 5th to the 7th. There's always some combination of those chords. And in this, like with this song, you're not adding the full D to G. Well, that would be, what would that be? D to A. No, that would be D to G. You don't have to add that full shape. You can just add your second finger. So there are a lot of different tricks that Keith does like that. And you kind of have to develop your ear to be able to hear little subtle changes and things that he's doing. So this is a song on Exile called Turd on the Run. He's using the same G shape, and but for this kind of rhythm, you're going to add your ring finger, kind of lay it across the 5th fret, a little quick hammer on with using that. I screwed that up a little bit. So you're going to go from open with this song, we're going to go from an F to C and then back into the open. Okay. Trying to think. Oh, with Happy too. Let me throw that capo back on. I'm going to put the capo at the 4th fret. Oh my God, I just dropped it. Oh. Forgive me, folks. I'm a little kind of flying by the seat of my pants here. Okay. So for Happy 2, it's the same kind of, real similar. G to C. So there's a different suspension on this chord. You're going to put your ring finger down at the, instead of the typical C to F, your ring finger is going to be one string over on the G string. So this is 5th fret from the capo, which is on the 4th. So your ring finger, you're going to drop down in the 7th of the G. So there are a lot of similarities. If you were to try to learn a whole bunch of Rolling Stones songs that were in open G, you'll find a lot of similarities within the songs. So what else do I have for you? And then there's If You Can't Rock Me. Okay, so anyway, just wanted to share a little bit of that information with you. Hope that you got something out of that.